irritating. So like if they were on the walls, they'd be so much easier to spot, but like they're underneath things. Like they'll be like in your drawers or like under a box. It's really hard to spot. They just like being in the worst places. Oh dear, I'm the one putting spiders outside at home. Yeah, none of my family's really afraid of spiders. We grew up in a forest, there was a lot of spiders and bugs and stuff, but the only things I do remember being a little bit afraid of growing up were red ants. And that's because like everyone will be like, red ants bite you. And they do bite you, to be fair, and they make a really itchy rash, but like in my head it was a lot worse than what it actually was in real life. Oh, so X-Ray, welcome on in. I thought your voice was cute. And I realized I was like, hell yeah, that's not me. I got like standard British voice. No one thinks, people think my voice is strong, which is also not true, but not cute. Not cute. Definitely not anime-ish. That's okay though. Oh dear, I could do a cute face. I can do like my wow, cute face. But I don't really have the voice to go with it. Oh dear. Oh yeah, mate, red ants. Yeah, it's a valid fit. They do bite you, and they make like an itchy rash, but it's almost like stinging nettles kind of thing. And like, I don't know how common that is actually, but like, it's unless you're allergic, it really isn't the end of the world. Like, I wouldn't say it hurts as much as like a bee or wasp sting or anything. It's more just like irritating. Oh, do you like Brits? We're the best. Oh, as a Brit, I politely disagree, but I appreciate the thought. Oh dear, Panthera, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, it isn't. It just distracts you. Yeah, that's what I'd say. It's like, you know, it's a nuisance. It's definitely a nuisance. But it's not that bad. Oh dear. You've been stung by a jellyfish? Oh dear. Depending on the jellyfish, that could be really bad. I know someone who has like a massive scar up their back from getting just touched by a jellyfish. But then also the people that get stung by jellyfish, they're like, yeah, it's fine. Fine in a few days, like a wasp sting. Oh dear, was it me? It was not me. I would never. I'm based on a moon jellyfish. Moon jellyfish don't steal. Steal? I don't sting. We also don't steal. We're very good. We're very law-abiding citizens. Oh, depending on the... Oh, true, yeah. If you fall into like a full nest, yeah, that would probably be quite uncomfortable. Yes. You're finally home? Heck yeah, make yourself a cuppa. Fire ants, is that what you call them? Fire ants. I sat on a fire ant hill as a kid while playing in a sandbox and my mum had to give me an oatmeal bath. Oh dear, yeah. I've put my hands in them before, like I've like, when you're like playing on the ground, you like lean into it. I've done that before, so I've only really had the bites on my hands and my wrists. I've never sat on one, thankfully. I've sat on a few bees though. Back as a kid, I've also knelt on bees and wasps. I think that's probably the one I've done the most, is like kneeling on them and not realizing they're there. So Medusa jellyfish, so yeah, more of a wasp. Oh, it's still not something you want to feel when you're out in the ocean though. Oh, anything like that would be very distracting. I found a mound last year and it looked big. Yeah, that was the other thing. The ones in our garden were like pretty small. Like, one thing we used to do as a kid, I don't know if anyone else did it, I think it probably wasn't just us, we'd make houses for bugs in the garden. Like, very specifically though, we really liked making little like houses for woodlice. So we'd make them little like rock things, like with big stones and stuff, around the plant pots for the woodlice to live in. But they almost always got taken over by red ants. So like, we'd make them for the woodlice, and then the red ants would move and it'd be like, bother. And then someone would have to come and destroy it because there were lots of red ants next to the door. Oh dear. Last time I talked to flew out and spent 5k on 2k and then blocked me because I don't know, I'm a person called POS? POS. What's POS? I'm not sure. Sorry, I apologize. Is it something in the army that I'm not aware of? I'm sorry. Apologies. I'm sure it's very cool though. Ah, dear. I was burned by a steam of jellyfishes. Oh, you know what? Very fair. I think if you've experienced pain from something, getting a phobia from it makes a fair amount of sense. Ah, dear. Now she wants to come to Hawaii. I want to go to Hawaii one day. I hear there's delicious fish dishes in Hawaii, and I want to go on a food tour of many places. Fairy houses, yeah, fairy houses. No red ants allowed. I should have done that as a kid. I should have done that so that when the red ants moved in, I could like touch the sign and be like, no red ants. Oh, piece of shit. Sorry. Piece of some fish. Sorry, everyone in my chat's like, Jenny, piece of shit. Piece of shit. Piece of shit. Are they in the army? Piece of shit. Sorry, my bad. I'm but a grandma on the internet. I'm not very good with abbreviations, to be honest. I do my best, though. I do my best. What was it? The FTW one, which I thought was fuck the world for the longest time. So people would be like, you know, I finished the costume, fuck the world! It's like, wait, what? Like, what? Okay, sure, you go for it, bud. I didn't realize it also meant for the win. Oh, dear. For the longest time, I was just like, okay. You hell yeah, you go. Almost says make yourself, you go out and say it. I don't swear as part of like my normal language, but like I'm not anti-swearing, I'm not anti-people swearing, it's just, it's not, just to be very clear, I'm not just like, it's just not normal for me to swear, like that's not something, it's not where my brain goes to most of the time in most situations. Yeah. Repetitively. Print off shirt. I thought it was like I don't know, like something military-esque, because there's a lot of abbreviations in the military that I'm not aware of. I kind of just assume. Jelly is not a sailor. I do not spew profanities. I enunciate them. When I'm gonna say it, it's like normally because I'm reading something, but for the most part, it's just not part of my normal language. I'm not a particularly I mean, most of you guys already know this. We do a lot of adult chats, but like, it's just I don't swear. Swearing is just not really part of my normal language. Also, oh my god, is that a heckin' Nick? Welcome on in, Nick. How was your stream and what did you get up to today? Oh dear, there you go. Oh shoot, not quite as speedy as Shifty though. And Darth, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. How was your crafting today and what did you get up to? We're doing some pattern making, so the image you can see like right here, right next to me, that's the next costume we're making. It's a version of the collector from Owl House, excuse me, called from the collector from Owl House, but based in the 16th century, and we're doing some pattern making for that right now, so we're like slowly building it up on the mannequin. We have the big shoulder is I'm pretty happy with. I'm just trying to get the next poof, the mini poof that goes like next to it, so that's what we're doing at the moment. It's all hand stitched, so it takes a while, but it's very relaxing. I'm a really good guy. I'm pretty sure she just didn't want to commit and wanted to have... Okay. Oh dear. I learned English. I will say, as a British person though, if you say you're a good person, everyone's going to be like, oh my god, they're a POS. Maybe not with that language. Oh dear, no one describes themselves as a good person here, really. Oh dear, not unless it's ironic. Also, Zane, thank you for the horn. See, I learned English on BBC series, including the young ones and American films series, so for the longest time I thought swearing was just decorating yours. I mean, it basically is. I went to American college at some point and learned this was not the case. We're building Star Wars. Oh, heck yeah, the cantina. Heck yeah. Oh, I have started the costume. Yeah, we're giving it a go now. We're doing it. It's not purple though. Well, right now it's just pattern making time. Just pattern making time. So, yeah, you know, it doesn't have to be in the same color. It's more just about getting the shape so that we can cut them out. I do have the proper fabric right behind me though. So this is the darker color, and then, oh my god. Jesus Christ. Amazonia, welcome on in. I hope you're doing a good job. A good job? I hope you're doing a good job, Amazon. Jesus Christ. Look what came in the post. Wow, I got it. I got the book. I got it. Amazonia, how was your stream? And what did you get up to? I'm assuming you were doing more embroidery today. Amazonia did actually a cooking stream yesterday though, and it was very relaxing. It was very fun watching somebody make foods. Oh dear, but yeah, how was your stream? Assuming today you were doing more crafting. I mean, if you were doing more cooking, then absolutely fair enough. Sorry, I've like left where my camera is. There we go. Oh dear, I was just showing the colors that we have for this costume because I do have two base colors, but I'm using the not shiny sides, so I'm using the side in here. Oh, heck, for a whole year. Whoop. Thank you so much, Amazonia. I really appreciate it. Heck yeah, thank you. I think I know that streamer. Did they win a small competition? Oh, you know, just the... Oh, wait, yeah, Dis, are you still here? Amazonia is the current crown champion of cosplay. Dis just qualified for in America, and it's competing in a month time, I think it is, for crowns. Heck yeah! So we had somebody in chat earlier who yeah, what do you call it? who was entering, and at the moment Amazonia is the crown champion. Hell yeah! Dear, nah, I probably didn't. Sounds like you said, no, they're not disqualified. Their name is Dis, and they qualified. Oh my god, could you imagine? Oh yeah, this person came to my chat and they're disqualified. That'd be such a rude call out. What the heck? Oh dear. Nice, the 2023 finals the same weekend as Cos Expo. Oh, okay. Heck yeah. Oh dear, I should say though, if you need to, after your stream, get any snacks or like look after yourself, please do. Same to you, Nick, as well. If you need to like get any snacks or look after yourself after your stream, please do. As much as we like having you here, I don't want you like starving or anything. Oh dear. I didn't talk you into shit. Oh dear, by the way, sorry X-Ray. You do kind of seem like an asshole, but I'll keep you around for now. Oh dear, just like, either you've not been on Twitch for very long and you don't know common etiquette, or like, you seem like a bit of a rude person. I'm sorry, I've not slept very much and my filter's gone from like 1 to 0. Oh dear. Oh, you like being mistreated? You're gonna love this chat. I changed my mind. I take it all back. You'll love it here. Oh dear. I need to stop eating cookies and put my shoes on and go for a walk, but effort and cookies. Could you reward yourself with a cookie when you come back? Would that, yeah? Oh dear. That sounds like a plan. But I could eat more cookies now. But you might feel more hungry when you get back. This weather is nuts. Yeah, we were talking about it earlier. We've not been too bad on like rain and stuff. It's been quite normal here. But the wind battering the house has been terrifying. Like it literally, well, I guess it makes sense. It comes on like a wave and it just hits the house and like all the windows make that like noise. It's like, oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, it's not quite so bad as it was yesterday. Yesterday, I ended stream because honestly it was like getting so intense outside that I was getting like a little bit nervous. I would have honestly gone for longer yesterday because I was having a really good time, but like I was hearing it like rattling the house and I was like, you know what, I should probably, just in case any trees do come down in the area, I should probably be a little careful and, you know, get off stream because like, Jesus Christ, it was intense. Oh dear, bring the cookie tin with you. You go on your walk and bring the tin, heck yeah. Oh dear. The hail, snow. Oh, did you have hail? Oh, we didn't. See, we didn't get anything exciting like that. We had snow last week, and we only had it. It only settled for like 1 day, and it was wet. And I couldn't make a snowman. Well, I mean, I could have made a snowman out of it, but it would have been really unpleasant, so I didn't. Oh dear, Jessica, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. Our rain is looking like sussy snow. Oh God. Yeah, I'm not keen on the wet. Not keen on wet snow. It's nice when it's all still frozen and nice, but once it starts melting, it's gross. Oh, Cipriano, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for the follow. Also, I apologize if this is a bit boring for everyone. Get ready, this is 16 months. I'm sorry if it's a little boring, but I'll be hand stitching everything from now on. First of all, to get like a little bit better at hand stitching in general, since I'll be using it so much for the costume. But also because like it doesn't really seem to make much sense to me to set up my sewing machine just for like this. Oh dear. Okay, time to finish the commission. Yee! Hell yeah. To be fair, I know it's been like a bit rough, very rough, with things not working out, but it does look so cool when you like brush the graphite on it and it's like so, oh, it's very satisfying. Yeah, get ready for 16 months of this. This is the first though. This is the first official cosplay stream for the next 16 months. But I have got a lot of other things I will. Actually, you might be lurk. If you're gonna lurk, you're fair. Ignore me. Who was it? There's someone doing a cosplay competition for tutorials, and I feel like we've talked about it before. And I know that I can't win any prizes or like any of the main prizes because I don't live in the America, the country of America. Oh, one of your friends is running it. We're gonna do a stream for it later in the week, and we're gonna make a tutorial. I'm gonna give it a go because it pushes myself to make a video for the YouTube channel. Mainly because it pushes pushes me to give something a go that isn't just Twitch streaming, because this is where I spend most of my time. So we're gonna do a stream later in the week making that, or getting, I guess, footage for that, really, technically. You know, I'm not gonna try and condense a whole live stream with all of the talking and everything. That would be way too much. But I'll do that. I'm quite excited. Oh dear. Oh, your friends are running. Oh my god. Well, now there's extra pressure. It's people that you know? Oh no. Oh dear. Heck. Well, I'm still gonna give it a go. I'm gonna give it a try, and that way I have an extra video from my YouTube channel, which I do shorts on it. I don't really do like proper content on it, because I spend way too much time over here on Twitch. But that was one of my goals for the year, was to try and do more stuff that isn't just on Twitch all the time. I say it was my goal for the year. I kind of started it in November, but you know, it was still my goal for this year, to try and not just do Twitch. The thing is, streaming is very addictive, and it's very easy to just spend all day every day here, and then, or like all of your energy every day on streaming, and then you finish streaming, you're like, yeah, I'm tired now. now I'm not gonna do anything else. Like, you know, I've been saying for like, what, 2 years now, I want to say, that I was going to put like a quick video together on like buying sewing machines and buying embroidery machines. Because I used to work, I don't want to give away exactly what I did. I've worked so many jobs. It's because I've worked multiple jobs at the same time. But for a fair few years, I worked in, without giving it away too much, because I don't want to dox myself, I worked in the selling of sewing machines and embroidery machines, kind of, and like the repair process. The repair process and the sewing and the selling and making, yeah. Sorry, I can't give you too many details. It is what it is. But a lot of people come into channel and be like, what sewing machines should I buy? And with no other detail than that, what sewing machine should I buy? And maybe I'm being pretentious, but I think it's a much more complicated than just saying one machine is good for everybody. There are good machines out there, but whenever someone comes into my chat, like 2 other people will be like, I have this machine and it's the best machine in the world, and it's like, it's like, I feel like it's a question that requires a little bit more than just this one machine is good, buy that. But again, that could just be me being pretentious, but you know, oh dear. It could just be me being pretentious because I feel like when you work in a field, it's like, oh dear, that it becomes something that you end up being more passionate about by, I guess, default. Also, thank you for the follows. Very kind of you. Oh dear. There we go. Yup, sussy snow. No! Heck. I hope it doesn't shut too much down. Oh, it's now snow? Hell yeah. Okay, listen, snow's alright. Although it does shut everything down. I hope not too much shuts down in your area. I hope you can still buy milk. I hope milk is still available to you. Wait, how come we didn't get any snow? We just had like really high winds. What the heck? We're like on the top of a hill in Wales. I feel like we should get the snow. Oh, it's sleet. Blech. You live on a hill? Same. Hill problems. If it gets windy, you just get destroyed. Hill friends. Yeah, living on the top. There's like lots of positives. Like I don't ever really have to worry about flooding, which was a really big draw for coming to this house because it's always been a fear of mine because we flooded when we were younger. Not badly, but enough to make me want to be very careful about it in the future. And yeah, so that was, you know, one motivation for living on a hill. But then the downside is whenever you're walking home, it's uphill and God, the wind hits you hard. Oh dear. My town flooded and rain with... Oh wait, I haven't said it. Did I not show you? Okay, sorry. We've got this bit done. This is going to be the top of the jacket. It needs another bit in here. So this is just 2 layers right now. I need to do the other layer inside, which will come to a smaller point at this point. So smaller in here. So there'll be like another... Oh, maybe let's not do that action. But you know, you know what I mean. There'll be like a smaller hole inside of here right now, and that's what this will attach to. This is just a bit that went wrong. So this is like our first test. that will come out from inside but attached to the smaller bit in there. Yeah. It's a bit weird, but it's because I want the whole jacket to come off at once without having to take it off in layers, because I'm a sweaty lady and this is easiest for me. And right now we're working on the poof that comes out underneath that. Yes. Ah, dear. For good housing and lots of feelings, my car could really use rims instead of plane ticket. I don't know. Yeah, listen, I am never gonna make money decisions for you. I think sleeping on it sounds like a good call though. Ah, dear. It's so chunky, the pieces. I'm hoping it's not gonna lay because of the rain before. But that was been my thought, is it's been so wet here. Like, it have to get really cold, I think, for it. Maybe it's different near where you are, but at least in Wales, I think it's gonna have to get really cold to settle because everything is so wet right now. Yeah, I've decided I'm not starting now next month, no matter not. Oh, fair enough, fair enough. A completely respectable decision. I don't know if you heard, Amazonia. I've had a really bad week. Really, really bad week. And for me, cosplay is like a really big distraction thing. And that's why when I think I was talking to you privately about, like, I'm just going to start the next costume. I'm just going to start it because it's not worth not having something to work on at this point. And so that's where we are. Malf and Firefly, it's slightly different now, but you know, I feel like you could put Maleficent in Firefly and it'd be an interesting episode. Yeah, we're starting it, maybe not because of the best circumstances, but because, like, yeah, I need something to focus on right now. And this costume is something that I'm very excited about. So I honestly feel better already. Just having, like, something to put energy into. The other thing that I didn't really think about was that this is going to make it shorter. How much shorter does it make it? It's fine. That's fine. I can do that by eye. That's all good. Yeah, it's to go on, like, it'll end up being on this part of my arm, like just above the bend. So I don't want it to be too long because I don't want it to go into the bend of my arm. But, like, it can't be too high up either because then it starts sinking into the bit we've already done. I think this is about a good size. I think it just needs to be longer so that it's not quite as tight to my arm, because right now when I sew that up it will be like my arm size. I think I want it a bit bigger, so I'm going to add like an extra panel in there, I think. Yeah. I'm going to start and presume it will be fine next year. Frankly, if they want to complain about me starting it like 2 months early next year, when they probably won't even care, they should announce stuff earlier, but it's already a month late to my scheduled time to start. So no, that's very, very fair. Honestly, I think it's fair. I think if anyone tried... Oh, the thing is as well, it's Twitch. Without trying to be rude, someone will always complain about what you do. Even if you did everything so by the book that, you know, no one should ever be able to complain, people will still complain. It's a platform of finding problems, you know, where there are no problems well, no, there are problems on Twitch, but people don't care about those. Oh dear. It's like there's been a thing on Twitch where people have been complaining that their viewers are down and they think that Twitch has been limiting their viewership, which fair enough. Like, I can understand. Like, I'm someone who's had like a massive dip of viewers, but I've been streaming on Twitch for 3 years and I think I've had a dip in viewers about this time every single year. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's the time of year. People complain about me in competitions on and off Twitch. I genuinely, I do not. I guess it's because you're a pretty well-known cosplayer, like, people know who you are, so it's easier to, like, shit talk people that are more in the public eye, and, like, obviously you've been competing for a long time and you've won big competitions, so I feel like a lot of people know you, but I genuinely can't see any other reason. Maybe I'm biased because, like, I enjoy your content and I like your costumes and you've been very fun to talk to, but, like, it just feels like I don't know. People always trying to find something. People always trying to find some reason to complain. I think when what was it? You know you've made it when people start to complain about you. It's not like, maybe it's not the best metric to use, but, like, you've got big when people start writing hate threads about you for no goddamn reason other than they just feel like it. Oh dear. I have been relatively, touch wood, lucky, but then I'm also very small. You know, I'm small in the space, so not too many people have found me yet, which is a blessing. Oh dear. I can't even say it's a blessing and a curse. I think it's just a blessing. Like, the only people that really know of me outside of, like, people that generally, like, the people in the community on Twitch would be cosplayers, I think. I think mainly I am just on Twitch. So it's just Twitch people who, for the relatively, have been pretty chill, to be honest. And cosplayers, which normally is fine. Whereas you've been viewed on so many platforms in the public eye for so long. As well as winning larger competitions, yeah. You made it when people put out full contests because you're entering, yeah. Whereas I feel like a true competitor would enter the cosplay contest because you're winning, but maybe that's just my bias. I think there's something to be said about when you know someone impressive is entering a cosplay competition and going in and wanting to beat them. But I'm also very competitive, maybe that's just that. But I feel like it should be the opposite. I somehow read the stream title as Bakers and Rafting. Oh my god, Sarah, I would love to do a Bakers and Rafting stream. That would be so much fun. We bake on a... It might be a bit dangerous, you'd have to be a bit careful. We're doing baking on a raft? Heck yeah, right, I want to enter against good people. It's a challenge, yeah. Like, obviously, it's fun to win. There is something fun about winning. Not gonna deny that, but like... I think it's more fun when you're the underdog and you've beaten someone big. Or you've beaten someone that you've looked up to for a long time. That's like, it's a whole nother level of yes! Than just going in and like, you know, I'll only enter the competitions I know I can win kind of vibe. Technically there's nothing wrong with that. I just don't, personally it wouldn't be as fun to me, I think. Oh, alright. Maybe I should have done this before. I'm just gonna make my life really hard really quickly. I wanna, because I'll be stitching this together anyway, I'll add this in here, which is just the diagonally bit. Oh, actually, I should probably put it a little higher up. There you go. There. And then across there. And we'll do that on the other side as well. But I'm just gonna add like a little extra bit in here because I actually really like the shape of this. It's really nice and poofy, which is what I wanted. It's just not quite big enough. And I think just adding like that little extra bit there. Because I could technically do it up, but I just feel like I want it a bit looser. Sorry, I'm trying to get my arm in here. Like I could definitely do it up right now and it wouldn't be a problem, but I think I just want it a bit more like that. Yeah, a bit more dramatic, a bit more dramatic. Bread maker is a raft and then you hit the rapids and this is where we need the dough. I have friends who have the mindset the first will enter costumes when they think they can walk in and will definitely win because the contest is lower than their skill level. However, wait, well, I mean, fair enough. Really cool technique for shaping felt. Heck yeah! Make a little orb. Make a little orb. This music in the shots now says me that I should check how the village is doing. We're gonna check on our village later in the week and I have not seen it for months. It's been a good long time since I checked in with my village. What colour? I've got plenty of colours to be fair for this bit. I don't need to cut a snip out of the white. Maybe this snip of blue. Sure. So I just want to add in a little extra bit. Like, I think just the one would do it. I don't think it needs to be that much. Just a little bit. Just a teeny tiny bit. Okay. And then, yeah, I think that's all I need to do. I was pretty close the first time. Cool. Let's get that out. I will have to alter that paper pattern though, otherwise I'll make the same mistake again when I'm actually trying to make the real thing. Lower quality contests that aren't a challenge equals lower quality judges who don't understand why your work is higher quality and that's the... Oh my god, yeah, that does make sense. Unfortunately, yes. Yeah, I could see that happening. I personally though, I don't think I've ever entered a competition in anything thinking that I'll definitely win. There's always been someone there who I'm like, that person's a challenge. Like, I've definitely entered competitions, maybe not for cosplay so specifically, but like for music, where I'm like, I have a good chance, like, you know, I definitely have a good chance of this competition of winning. but I don't think I've entered them because I'll win as much as like they are at my level. So there's a fair chance of me winning, but I also know he's going to be there, and I know what piece he's going to play, and that's going to be a challenge. Or I know so and so is going to be there, or maybe competing, and they're a very high quality performer. So it's like maybe not everyone is competition, but like there's still quite a bit of competition there. Oh, I should do the other. You know what? Fuck you. I'm just gonna do it. Like, yeah. You know what? It's fine. It's fine. Okay. What would be a good way of doing this? Probably like this, and then I won't see it. Oh, actually, I could do it on this side. Yeah, and then I can see it on one side at least, and then turn it in. Yeah, sure. We'll do that. We'll do that. Like, I'm never going to enter a contest where the judges are low quality than me because they won't get my crafting. That contest isn't for me, and I'm probably just going to end up disappointed. Yeah, I also feel like one of the best parts of cosplay competitions is the feedback. So getting feedback, like, not that judges that might not be as good as you will give bad feedback, but it might just not be as useful. Like, and maybe not touch on the things where, you know, if they can't recognize the skills. We had that kind of issue, and, like, I want to be very clear. The cosplayers at TwitchCon were fantastic. The judges are all fantastic at their craft, and I got some really, really good feedback from it, but not a single one of them specialized in sewing. And the first thing that they said when I walked into the sewing room was, we won't recognize a lot of this. And I was like, very fair. And the feedback I got, despite that, was actually still really, really good. Mcroft did the feedback, and the feedback was fantastic, and it's definitely something that I'm using in this next costume. But, like, as far as my sewing work went, I didn't get any feedback on that because none of them did sewing. Or, like, none of them did sewing as the main part of their costume or the main focus on their costume. They were armor crafters, they were SFX artists, or they were larger-than-life specialists. They weren't sewing specialists. And I came in was a very specifically sewn costume. I don't know what anyone else's experience with that was, and again, I would say that the feedback that I got was still fantastic. I think especially given the fact that, like, it wasn't their area of expertise, Mcroft did a really, really good job with that. But yeah. To win it as much as to be able to gawk at the little techniques the other contestants use. It is really nice being behind the scenes and seeing everyone's cosplay in detail. That is lovely. And chatting with everyone as well. The green room at the Crown Finals was insane. I was oohing and ahhing at everyone's costumes. Yeah, we had like a whole 8 hours of that at TwitchCon. It was lovely. We were all just able to like gawk at each other. It was great. That's weird. You think they'd have a balance of judges. It was the first time they ever did it in Europe, so I don't want to give the team too much flack because I don't know if they're gonna do it this year. But last year was the first time they'd ever done the cosplay contest in Europe. So I don't want to give them too much flack because I'm like, you know, they were organising a whole contest for the first time, which then streams to over 500,000 people have watched it at this point, you know. There's a lot to think about, and, you know, maybe they didn't realise, because they got some really good cosplayers, like all 4 of the cosplayers are big, and they're good, and they're like very, very skilled. They just didn't have someone who specialised in sewing, and that's like the only real critique, is like, it would have been nice. But the feedback that I did get from Mcroft and the stuff that they said there and there was still really, really good. It just wasn't particularly, like, you know, specific. Now, I'm so glad I was judging Crown Finals because the other 2, while wonderful, and my friends do not sew. This is the thing, it's like, I'm like trying to be really careful talking about this because the judges were fantastic. They're fantastic cosplayers. They're very known in the community. And I don't want it to come across as me being like that they weren't good, because it's not that they're not good, not at all. It's just that they're not specialists in sewing, and that was the specialist technique that I was doing. It's difficult though, because I wouldn't say that any of them didn't deserve to be there, so it's like I would struggle knowing that all 4 of them were there to like be like, get rid of that one, because like, no, they were all great. Yeah, they had, I mean, I can talk about the judges, I think. It's public knowledge, right? So it's fine for me to mention it. They had Kamui Cosplay, who does do sewing, but I would say that I see them mainly as an armor work with some focus on electronics. They had, is it Sindri, oh, how do you, Sinderis? I'm gonna forever mispronounce their name, and I'm so sorry. They do like larger than life armor builds generally. They would have been like what I would have considered as the larger than life judger? What do you call it? The larger than life person? There was Mcroft, who does more body art, SFX, all that kind of stuff. And then there was Sunday, who does, they do some sewing, but I would still say their focus is more on armor work. Yeah. Like when you look at the bigger pieces, they tend to be more armor focused. Yeah. Yeah, not criticizing them, they're criticizing the organization. Yeah. Because I would say that they had 3 very, very, very talented foam work artists and 1 SFX artist, to be quite honest. To be fair, though, Citrus does do larger than life. They do larger than life. But like, had they done anything as large as the Velena, who was the larger than life winner? I don't know. But no, they have done larger than life for sure. Oh dear. Oh my god, the snow is laying. Oh god, and the critters have not been. Please stay safe. I'm sorry to hear that. Please stay safe and look after yourself. Oh god, don't fall over in the snow. We had a Reinhardt PAX Oz one year and it was amazing. It was so big that it couldn't fit through the doors to the con floor. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. A lot of the larger than life is like assembled there because like otherwise getting through doors is a challenge. Oh dear, yeah, and like screw anyone who isn't doing armor and that isn't foam, you know. Yeah, like Hut Armories entered last year, and I don't remember if they mentioned anything, so I'm not going to talk too much about the feedback, because so TwitchCon, you can see feedback for every person, so I can see feedback for all of the contestants. They do it on an Excel document and you can read everybody else's feedback. It is something that we all agreed to, so it wasn't too, I think a couple people were a bit surprised because it isn't a normal format, but technically we did all agree to that, so it's like, it's not really, it is what it is. It might not be everyone's cup of tea. But I could see, for instance, Hut Armory's feedback, and Hut Armories could see my feedback. So I know the feedback that they got. I don't necessarily want to talk about it too much because I don't know if it's something that they've talked about on their own channel. But what I will say is like, yeah, the Hut Armories made theirs out of leather work and metal work. So they made like full metal armor with leather details. Kept it very, very traditional in that kind of sense. I don't know how any of those judges would have judged that. I doubt that the skills that Hut used and the skills that the cosplay judges used overlapped at all. Even though they were armored cosplayers. It's not a skill that you get unless you're like a blacksmith. And yeah, I would be very surprised. And again, this isn't an attack on the judges themselves, because they were fantastic. But it would have been a very, very difficult cosplay to judge, I think. I couldn't judge that cosplay. I think many, many cosplayers wouldn't be able to judge that cosplay, because it's just using a skill set that you don't really see often in costume, which is amazing. But yeah. Oh dear. What do you call a herd of... I like this, god damn it. Oh dear, that would be me later going for milk. Oh, please stay safe. You'd love to judge one day. I think you'd be a fantastic judge. Obviously, you're already like a master of certain crafts, but you have so much, experience using different techniques, from armor, 3D printing, literal metal work, all of the sewing, embroidering, and different techniques there as well. Like, you're such a well-rounded cosplayer. I feel like you would make up for, if you're putting together a team of judges, I feel like you would make up a lot of skills that people might bring to the table, so that people wouldn't necessarily feel like they weren't able to get specific feedback. And again, I don't want it to come across. So I will say, I think, actually, I think I've only ever entered one competition, and it was Crowns that year, where there was ever a specific sewing judge. Like, I think I kind of excuse it at the smaller ones, which is where I have one, is at smaller competitions. But I don't think
I created a cocktail called the Jellyfish. It's 98 water.
That sounds pretty good. That sounds like my kind of cocktail, to be honest. I don't think I've ever been judged by... Except for one time. I think I've entered quite a few competitions, and I think I've only ever once been judged by a sewing specialist. Which again, I'm kind of used to it, but like, yeah, I don't think I've ever really been judged by sewing people. I think I've probably been judged by selling people more in my Twitch streams than I have in competition. Like, more often people come into my Twitch streams, they're like, Jelly, why are you doing it like this? God damn it. I'm like, oh shoot, thank you. I think that's happened more than me ever actually being judged in a competition setting. Oh dear. Which is kind of funny. I'm also just going to, sorry, I've like put this on the wrong side. So I'm just going to pretend that I did it on the right side to start with. And all of you will pretend along with me, or I'll ban you. That's how that's gonna go. Oh dear. Maybe 1 year, but this year said no, no, Americans only. Oh, I'm not gonna, I think we've talked about this before, so I'm not gonna go into it again, but it makes no sense to me to like not have the former champion back, like whatever. Oh dear. Oh. Wait, what did I mean? Fleecing customers? A ram banned from sending because he was, God damn it. I saw just the end of it and I thought it was like a legitimate statement. I was like, whoa, who's been what?
I have a jellyfish joke for you. It's a no-brainer.
What are you trying to say? What are you trying to say? Oh dear. You're right. We do have no brains. Oh, I very nearly named today's stream, to be fair, half a brain cosplay. Because, which is, I guess, kind of a play on a thing in the series, but also just because my brain is really not there today. I've not slept well. I have been kicked out of my room by spiders, and I've had a migraine, and my brain is only half there. The total line between court jester and execution with that one. Have many people here seen the film called The Court Jester? Sorry, it doesn't come up like very often in stream, and I don't really watch a lot of films, but I love that film. It is aged. It is aged. It is aged, but it is very funny. Shifty, have you seen it? It's a very old film. I think it's color though. I'm pretty sure it's still color. It's old, but I think it's color. There's a wonderful, wonderful bit in the film where they're like, come on guys, we've got other things to do, you need to speed it up a little bit. And someone literally just, like, the film is just fast forwarded. Like, I think it's meant to look like everyone's doing their actions at twice the speed, but you can so clearly tell they've just edited the film to be twice as fast, and it's so funny. It's like, because it's a very old film, the editing stuff is like, you know, experimental. And it's funny when it's not necessarily meant to be. I watched the Super Mario Brothers week, the original Mario Bros. There's an original movie? This is news to me. It has not aged well, oh god. Very nice. Yeah, it's a musical. It's a musical, and what's his name? He's a famous actor from back in the day. I don't remember what it is, but he is relatively famous. I don't know if he's famous anymore, but he was very famous. He was in a lot of films. Oh, that's another old film that I liked. Arsenic and Old Lace. That's a great film. Again, it's old, but like, there's just a lot of chuckles in there where it's like, Jesus Christ. It's like, I just really like slapstick. I think that's what it is. I'm just a really big fan of slapstick. Oh, that's a lovely knot, but I guess it doesn't really matter. I like slapstick. Oh dear, I didn't know there was an original movie. I don't watch a lot of films. Also, Turp! Welcome on in, I hope you're doing well. Ah dear, reminiscent of a trip to the moon, the first practical, oh god. Oh no, yeah, honestly, yeah. Wasn't good to begin with, so saying it didn't age well is kind of kind to it. It was, you know, it's not that it didn't age well, it was never good. Oh dear, oh dear. I recommend watching with other people to retain your sanity. It's one of those, is it? Also, thank you for the lurk, Shifty. I hope the work goes well for you. Oh dear. If you haven't checked out Shifty before, very sweet bean streamer. I don't think they'll be live tonight, but maybe tomorrow. It is definitely unique. God damn. Yeah, I'm hearing like a glowing review here about this movie that I've never even heard of. Wait, do you guys know when it came out? Is it like quite an old film? It can't be that old, because, you know, Super Mario is not super old. It is old, but like not I guess in this grand scheme of film. Oh dear. I like some old films. There's some that are pretty good. Mainly it's just slapstick though. I'm just a big fan of slapstick humor. Definitely not everyone's cup of tea, but I love me some good slapstick. There you go. What? The ducks are blowing each other up again. Alright. Get that bit in there. And then sew the other bit together. It's gonna be a bit weird because obviously I've added like an extra bit in, so it might not sit super great, but it gave me an idea of the size at least, and yeah, I can go from there. Because to me at least this is looking like a slightly better size. It's big, but it's a dramatic costume, it's meant to be big. There we go. Oh dear. How did we get onto this topic? I can't even remember. Oh, I was talking about judges or something. This happened a lot today. We keep changing subject. I'm like, God, I don't even know how we've managed to get here. Oh, it's because Shifty said Court Jester, and I was like, the Court Jester? The movie? The movie from like 100 years ago? No, it's not like from 100 years ago. It's like 60 years old, maybe? Still quite old. Okay, I need to go to the other side. Oh God, this... Okay, we'll turn it inside out. This is not gonna like flipping over. Okay. But we did do it. Okay, let's get this stitched up and then pop it on my arm. And then if we like it, maybe even on the mannequin. Maybe. Oh, there you go. Is this with the smaller poof? Yeah, this will be the smaller poof that will come out of the big poof. So it can't be too big because otherwise it will like... I don't want it to graze the edge. I'm being very pedantic today. I don't want it to graze the edges of the cuff. So I don't want it to be too large, but I also don't think I want it the size of my arm because then it's like, it's dramatically smaller. And I want my arms to look a little bigger than they are naturally. I mean, I would honestly like to put on some muscle before this costume anyway, but just generally, just not to do with how I look in the costume, I just want to get stronger. So leaving a little bit of extra space in my arms would also just probably be a good idea, just in case I do get a little bit larger. But, yeah. Yeah, the gaining muscle has nothing to do with the costume, and more just to do with I would like to be just a little teeny tiny bit stronger in general. There we go. Wow. I have pretty strong legs, but not very strong arms at all. I'm like the opposite of people who skip leg day. I never skip leg day, but I always skip arm day. So my legs are pretty damn strong, and then my arms are nothing, just chicken arms. Ugh, dear. Right. Okay. Don't mind the extra panel, it's fine. Ugh. Get my leg off the table. Not that you could see my leg was on the table. It's still quite small, honestly. Although that might just feel like that because I have all the seams on the inside, maybe. But it's a better size. It's definitely more dramatic. I can still... Yeah, you know what? This might be okay. 2 seconds. Let me switch to the other camera. What? Where is my other camera? There it is. Like, if I shoot this round here... Like, is it dramatically smaller? Yes, it will be about here because it needs to come out from where the cuff is, and the cuff is quite big. So it'd be about at this spot. If it feels small at the moment, it might be smaller. Oh, true, yeah, that's true. It might get smaller still. Maybe I need to add, like, another panel to it then. I do like the poofiness of it, though. I don't think I'd want it to be too much rounder. I thought that I would, but I don't actually think I want it too much more. Like, not like curled in any more than it already is. Also because there's going to be like designs on this, and if it's going too much, then yeah, I might want like an extra panel. Maybe. Yeah, you're right. Honestly, you got the brain. You got the brain that I don't have today. If it's already feeling a little bit tight, once I add everything else onto it, it'll only get tighter. Yeah, I'm pretty happy. So I'm just like swinging it so I can see it as well. It looks a bit odd as well because it doesn't have like the extra bits on it. Like if I just left the green without anything on it, would look a lot less poofy. But yeah, I think it's a good start. Right, I'm gonna need to change my pattern a little bit. I need more card. 2 seconds. Let me get that. Also, Joe, welcome on in. Yeah, because I saw you on Bateman's stream yesterday. I hope you're doing well. Welcome, welcome. Thank you again for the follow offline. Ah, dear. Let me. I just need to get some card quickly. Unlike professional, I like making all of my patterns really, really thick and hardy, because otherwise I break them really quickly. So I don't use pattern paper, I just use card. And honestly, that's worked pretty well for me. Okay, so what I did was I added like one extra one, didn't I? So what I'll need to do, excuse me. Okay, I need to flip it over the other side first and foremost, I suppose. Put that there. Put that at the top. Actually, one side of this I feel like should be flat. Is it this side? Yeah, it's that side. And add that in there. And so I would have done one, and we're thinking I might need two. I think. Oh my god, Witchy! Danger! Welcome on in, Witchy! I hope you're doing well. How was your stream? We've been doing some practicing of pattern making. Probably very janky, but it works for me. How was your stream? What did you get up to? Welcome on in, Foe! Welcome on in, Witchy, and Go Josh! I hope you're all doing good. Welcome, welcome. We're making a cosplay. This is our first stream of making this new cosplay, and it's gonna take like 16 months. But we're taking the first step. Also, Gogo, thank you for the follow, and Witchy, thank you for the follow. How was your stream? What did you get up to? What kind of stuff are you making and crafting? I need to do all that. That's one extra, right? Because I only did the one before, so this would be an extra 2 panels. Oh, but I might need one more so that I can attach it, mightn't I? Witchy Raid! Witchy Raid! Who's doing a crochet blanket? Oh, crochet! Crochet! We're doing crochet for this costume. I'm a hobbyist. I'm a hobbyist crocheter. Excuse me, 2 seconds. You can have my dinosaur for a sec. Because it's in the book, and he's sat on my book. We're doing crochet for this costume. We're making our own crocheted lace. But like, I'm not that good at crochet. Predominantly what I do is like this sort of stuff. So I make doilies. I like making doilies. We're doing sun and moon because I wanted my own custom lace for it. So we're gonna have like the suns going into the moons and have that as a lace going around it. I'm sorry if it's not super clear. It's quite a dark purple. We like crochet here though. We don't do it so often. Normally I do crochet off stream. It's my relaxing stuff. It's like I'm sitting, chatting, doing some crochet. But for this costume, it needs crochet. Oh dear. It sounds pretty good though. I've never made a blanket. I've always been too nervous to make a blanket, to be honest. Just because it feels like a big commitment and you have to be able to do like a lot of work for it. And I'm like, I just don't know. I just don't know. I might not be the committed type, you know? I'm not sure if I can do that. I would like to be someone who could though. Alright. I'm going to... Also, don't worry anyone. Don't panic. These are just my everything scissors right now. They are just scissors for everything. Okay, I should be able to attach this. Save that card. I can use that card later. So we've just made this. This is for one of the arm poofs. It's just a felt pattern at the moment. We're just practicing. We're practicing making shapes and turning them into things. It's good, but it needs to be like 1 segment bigger. And this is it with an extra segment already. So I'm basically adding this on top so that it's a bit more accurate. Yeah. I've only made blankets. See, that's the thing that I'm most nervous about making is blankets. I think because you see people make like such beautiful blankets with either like granny squares or just like using all these different techniques. And I just worry that because it's such a big project, that I'd get lost. Yeah. I think getting lost in it is the bit that freaks me out a little. Oh dear. One day though I would like to make some crochet blankets. I mean, I did think that I'd only ever crochet doilies, and here we are, already making lace, so we're getting there. Ah dear. They're good products and good to produce a stitch. That's true, to be fair. They are big projects. I guess if you're trying to learn, that's probably like I probably honestly just should do it at some point. At some point I should just suck it up and make a blanket. And like get good at it. Right now though I'm like, but what if I only do one tiny thing at a time and we make teeny tiny suns and moons and then that's it. So I've kind of gone a bit backwards, but it's because I'm a cosplayer first and foremost, and so the things that like I guess I'm drawn to are like stuff that I could use for cosplay. Also I cut that, but I didn't actually need to. What I needed to do was to stick that to there. I can't tell if I've done enough. I think I have. I'm hoping that I have. We'll see, we'll see. I'm doing 2 different blankets at the moment. One for my brother, which will have a fabric backing, and then a fluffy one for you. Yeah, TikTok has been making me want to get into like the really like the plushy wools to make like cute cows and stuff. I'm like, TikTok, I don't have time for this right now. I'm about to make a massive costume. I can't be making all these cows. But then every time I go on TikTok, it's like, but the cows though, Jelly. Imagine all these cute cows that you could make. It's like, God damn it. I do want to make those cows. I just don't have time. Also, sorry, 2 seconds. Also, I should say, if you're new here, hello, hi. So I didn't do my intro at all. I'm really bad with this. I would like to say that I'm a noob streamer, but I've been going for a few years now, so I don't know if I can necessarily claim that at this point. But hello, hi, my name is Jelly. I am a cosplayer based in the UK. We mainly do cosplay work here on this stream, but we do occasionally mix it up by doing some other sewing, some crochet, stuff like that, as well as some gaming every now and again. The kind of costumes that I tend to make are costumes like this, which we were able to debut at TwitchCon Amsterdam last year. It's at Paris this year. I tend to have more of a focus on beading and sequining and all that kind of jazz. So I like doing really, really sparkly costumes. But the current costume we're working on is an original design of the Collector from Owl House, and we're doing it based on menswear from the 16th century. That's kind of the premise. Is it's the Collector, but based on menswear from the 16th century. So it'll be hand stitched from top to bottom, and also use a lot of the same decorating techniques that I already really enjoy. I don't see any channel. No! Shoot! Did I get it wrong? Did I do it the wrong time? Damn it! My bad. I'm trying to get better. Oh, sorry. Let me put the correct scene on. I need to set up a little video. Yeah, honestly, you do. It's such an impressive costume. I feel like if people rated in, they'd be like, "What the heck? You mean Twitch doesn't promote this cosplayer? What the heck?" Oh dear. Sorry, it's just another way of saying I think it would be very well taken. I think a lot of people would be very impressed. Oh dear, I had to clip on command. Yeah, it's great. It's very helpful because like I think as well you'd probably be the same when you try and describe the kind of costumes you make. It can be like a little hard to visualize it, I think, especially like maybe if you're not so into Game of Thrones. Whereas when you see it, it's like, oh, that's what they mean when they're saying they do more of that kind of stuff. I think it could be like a good visual indicator. Okay, I'll do that, but I probably actually need it a bit longer on that side. But for now, that is a better pattern and more accurately represents what I want this to look like. Heck yeah. I meant to do, oh wait, you want to see it? I can do it again. Listen, you don't have to tell me twice. It's not like an intro video. It doesn't have like clips from Twitch or anything like, well, I guess technically it is a clip from Twitch, but it's not from my channel. It's from the Twitch channel. This is from Amsterdam's cosplay contest. I was one of the larger than life competitors, but this is a costume that's entirely made of sewing, including like the wings, including the tail. It's like sewn from top to bottom. Yeah. So we are more predominantly a sewing channel, but we do make big costumes. I don't mind making a big costume, but it's got to be sewing based. Yeah. Okay. I'm happy with that. Actually, where are the rest of my patterns? I think I've just shoved them in a bag somewhere. They're gonna look really messy when I bring them out, and everyone's gonna be like, "Jelly, why have you folded your patterns like that?" And I'll be like, because I put them in the Starlight bag, and it's a small bag. 2 seconds. I'm gonna take a sip. Oh dear. You want to see in person someday? I don't think I'll wear it with the wings around a convention because they're very big. They don't look so big, but they're really quite large. But I love wearing it with the tail. The tail with the dress is like a really fun combo, and you look like a dragon lady. It's great. So I might not have the wings, but I'll definitely wear the rest of the costume at conventions, just without wings. The wings are just... I think it's the same with any wings though. Like they hurt to wear for too long. They're very wide. They go right out, which means that like you have to be so careful wandering around. My wings were padded, so like if they did hit anybody, which thankfully they didn't, but if they had hit anyone, they would have just got like bumps with a pillow. They're basically like pillows. In the shape of wings, but like you still don't want to be like bumping into people, especially if they might be like wearing face makeup or stuff like that. You want to like bump on them. Oh dear. All right, I feel like that is Should I make it really quickly and test it? I probably should, shouldn't I? If I'm gonna... So I'm like rubbing my eyes, so my VTuber is probably going crazy. I probably should make it, shouldn't I? Yeah, you know what? So far this is gonna be our 3rd attempt at it. This is kind of just what pattern making is like for me, at least. This has always been my experience of it. It's like you go in with a general idea, and then you fix that up, and then you fix that up. And I think about 3 rounds is what it normally takes for most of my patterns to be happy with it. Also, I should say, Witchy, if you need to go get yourself any snacks or look after yourself after stream, please do. As much as we like having you here, I get it. After stream, I'm always really hungry, and a lot of people are tired or like stop streaming when they go to sleep or whatever. So if you need to go do any of that, please don't let us keep you. We don't want you to be starvingly hungry. I have a massive roll of felt here, so I'm just gonna take another snip of that. Oh my god. It's smacking into my beads. No, my beads. I have like kind of a cool setup for my beads right now. I can't really show you because it's under my desk, but I have like all of my beads in little boxes, and then they're like lined up, and they look pretty cool. They look pretty cool. All right. It'll be nice as well if I can get this all in one piece without it having the extra thickness. All right. Let's cut this bit out, and then we'll draw around it again. Again, this is a massive roll of felt, so like trying to work with it when it's still on the roll is like, nah, that's not to. There you go. Do you gonna chill out before bed? You've been on the worst sleep schedule since I've been home for the last 3 weeks. Oh, bless you. Do I have so many crochet problems and you can't leave the house? I hope you manage to get some good sleep soon. I'm a little, it's not been 3 weeks bad though. I've had like 2 nights of bad sleep and I'm already grumpy. It doesn't take very long, and like my filter goes from 1 to 0 just after a couple of nights of bad sleep. So I hope you manage to get some better sleep soon. Oh dear. I will also just in a minute have to take a very quick break. I know I've not been streaming that long. I don't normally stream till this bit in the afternoon. There's just very quickly something that I need to do, and then we'll be right back. But I've just noticed the time and I'm like, I've got 10 minutes. Okay. 10 minutes, and then I take a very quick break, and you know what, I maybe use my break to make a new cup of tea. So if you're in the channel and you have a cold cup of tea, that will be your chance to make a new cup of tea that isn't cold. I'm also just going to go a bit further with this one because it'll help me sew it up at the end. There you go. Ooh. And it'll be nice to have this for the mannequin as well. It'll also just be nice to have this so like we could try on. I think what I might do as my next pattern piece will be the bit inside of the upper part of the sleeve, because I need that to connect to this bit eventually. I should also make the little cuff parts. So I think we'll focus on those bits before we focus on the really big drop of the arm, just getting that upper bit really nice and sorted. I think as well, because the drop of the arm is a shape that I'm a lot more familiar with. To be honest, I might even have a pattern for something like that lying around somewhere. Like, I've definitely done big droppy sleeves like that before. I sleep well, just in the middle of the day. Oh, I see. The time zone, huh? Oh dear. I'm terrible for that. Like, I don't know how people manage it, but I guess because of when I stream, I don't really stream in a very good time slot for a lot of people, because I stream first thing in the morning UK time, which is kind of like late at night for Oz time. I think it's like ridiculously late at night in Asian kind of time, and then it's like stupidly earlier in the morning for any Americans. So I don't hit everyone's time zone very well. The only real time zone that I think that I do hit quite well is the UK, and I hit like early morning UK, and a lot of people don't get up in the morning and start watching streams. And like, I'm the kind of same. I watch a lot more streams in the evening than I do in the morning. It depends. If I'm starting my craft projects first thing in the morning, then yeah, I'll probably pop a stream on in the background just to craft along with. But like for me, I tend to watch more streams after lunch because my morning time is my productive time, right? So like if I have stuff and like bills or like anything in the house that needs sorting, I normally do that in the morning, and then I come and watch in the afternoon. Ah dear, so I don't really hit a very good time zone. I didn't even hit a good time zone for me. Oh dear, I haven't been able to work because I broke. Oh god, your foot. Here's the thing, but one of my followers for sometimes shows up in stream no matter what time I stream. Ah, heck yeah. Oh, that's really sweet. We have had a few, maybe you've seen it as well, because we've got the new stuff on Twitch for like watch streaks. Every now and again someone pops in and they have like a watch streak of 3, and it's like, oh, because I stream like a lot, so whenever someone's watched for more than a couple days in a row, it's like, oh, bless you. I'm like, I could understand if maybe I only stream twice a week that it'd be a bit easier to catch the streams, but because I stream like most days, it's always very flattering if someone's watched more than one day in a row. They've put up with me multiple days. Heck yeah. Oh dear. Also, I hope your foot feels better soon. That's a hard break. Anything on the legs, very hard. I really like having a stream on the mornings. Oh, bless you. That's very kind of you. Thank you. Yeah, I put yours on when I get out of bed and start doing stuff. Yeah, because I'm kind of... It's like not so early in the UK that people would necessarily be getting ready for work, because like if you work in retail or if you work a lot of jobs, you start at like 9, and I start streaming at like 9:30. So it's not really early enough for that, but it's like, yeah, it's still kind of early. I'll probably start streaming like that for the next few weeks and do my crochet blanket. Yee. Oh dear, I'll have to pop over and have a look. I'll just be anxious, I think. I won't talk too much because I don't want to distract, but... Oh my god, what was that? My eyes were just like, whoa! Actually, I wonder if I can make my model do it. 2 seconds. You'll have to tell me how this looks, because it's probably going to look crazy. Did my eyes move at all? It's like kind of a subtle movement, so I don't know if it'd pick it up. I'll go back and look at that later. So my eyes vibrate. I don't know how else you call it. Like, my real life eyes vibrate if I lose focus. So if I like zone out for a second, my eyes will vibrate side to side. Ah, dear. I'm wondering if my model will pick that up. There's a reason for it, and it's been explained. It's the reason that technically my vision is not 20/20, because like my vision is pretty good when I'm not having a migraine. But like, it's not technically 20/20 vision because my eyes vibrate when they unfocus. And like when I was little, I had to do some like, I don't know what it was called. I was too small to really remember it, but it's like some eye practice stuff so that you can focus your eyes a bit easier or whatever. I don't remember what it's called. I think it's pretty common as well for young people if their eyes aren't lining up very well that they do that kind of stuff. Dear. You can do it too. You have to put effort in though. My eyes, see, the issue for me was that I'd be like looking from place to place and my eyes would just be vibrating. And my parents are like, The other thing which comes along with it, apparently, I couldn't go cross-eyed. Like, I physically couldn't go cross-eyed until I did like a lot of practice. So we used to have like cross-eyed training in with my family where they'd sit me down at the dining table and be like, and go! And I'd be there like, trying really, really hard to go cross-eyed. Because once something got within like 30 centimeters of my face, like I just couldn't see it. It'd just go. It like ping out of existence and I couldn't keep following it. Oh dear. But again, I was really, really young. I was really, really young when all this was happening, which is why I don't remember it very well. Like, it's obviously was an issue that popped up quite obviously when I was small, and they were like, all right, let's just get your eyes. I think it's basically just weak eyes or something like that. Your eyes, the muscles in your eyes are just like weak, and they're not giving it their all. So if you like do some hardcore lifting, your eyes start to get stronger. But yeah, if I relax my eyes, they still vibrate. Oh dear. But obviously I don't do it very often. I don't know anyone else that can do it. That kind of tickles if you leave it for too long. You can do it too. I have to put effort in though. My eyes don't do it on my own. But it's a fun party trick. Heck yeah. Yeah, it's definitely a party trick. For me, I've done it by accident a lot of times, and I'll just catch like my friends looking at me like, just like, oh shoot, my bad, sorry. I was just zoning out for a second. Don't mind me just vibrating in the corner. Oh dear. Yeah, it's not super obvious. The only times I think people really notice it is if I'm like looking around a lot. So like if I'm like looking over there, and rather than like moving my whole head, I'm just moving my eyes. Sometimes they will like flicker, I would say. It's not like a full vibrate, it's just like flicker a little bit. And sometimes people catch that and they're like, wait a second. What was that? Your eyes just did a weird thing. I think it's more noticeable if I'm turning and doing it as well, because like it will mean that my eyes will technically flicker white. So it won't look like my eyes are vibrating, it looks like my eyes have just gone white for a second. Oh Oh dear. I remember when I was much older, because like when we obviously had the issue when I was younger, like phone cameras and stuff like that weren't really a thing at that time. So like if your family didn't have like a camera that could do recordings, like there was just visually no way that I could see what my eyes were doing. And I remember when I was about 10 years old, someone taking a video of it so that I could also see it for the first time. Because up to that age, people would kind of tell me what it looked like, but I could never see it myself. Because obviously, like when you're looking in a mirror, you're just blind. You can't see it while it's happening. So yeah, it was really cool. I remember being like, oh, that's what that feeling is, because like you can feel it when it's happening, but you obviously can't see what it looks like from the outside, because you're pretty much blind when it's happening. So yeah, it was really cool. It was really cool. Yeah, I was probably about 10 years old, I think, when someone videoed it for me. Ah dear, on like a flip video or something. Low quality camera, but it was great. Oh dear, I could do my tongue too. Wait, what? You vibrate your tongue? Wait, how do you do that? I can do that. I can't imagine. Vibrate tongue? What? Does it like help you digest food? Like if you put food in your mouth, can it, without chewing it, can your tongue just vibrate it to mush? That sounds great. That sounds great. Like if you're just like sat there and your tongue vibrates the food to mush, you're basically like an eating machine. That'd be sick. Oh dear. I'm getting a lot of practice at this stitch as well, heck yeah. That's the one that happens when you really relax. Ah, I see. Okay, that's your relaxing one. I should say as well, it doesn't really happen when I relax too much anymore. I'm pretty good. I've trained my eyes really well. My eyes were a lot stronger when they were when I was younger. And also, just as a, I'm sure someone might make the connection, it has nothing to do with my migraines, unfortunately. My eyes these days technically are not 20/20, but they're like close enough. It's just because I had to train them when I was younger, really, that they don't count. They are as strong as a normal pair of eyes these days. And yeah, they don't have anything to do with my migraines. We've been to the opticians like 3 times though, just to be sure. I know a better use for a vibrating tongue. You could whip cream in your mouth. You could, okay, sorry, bear with me here for a second. If you put double cream in your mouth and then like a strawberry in your cheeks, and then you do that, do you make like strawberry whipped cream? Or does your spit get in the way? Your spit might get in the way, actually, thinking about it. It's not that dramatic, but imagine if your mouth was like a blender. Oh my god, that'd be so cool. You could put soup ingredients in your mouth and then you could like blend them down and then like swallow the soup, which actually I guess is kind of what chewing is anyway. Maybe I've just added chewing with an extra step, but I mean that would be cool. That'd be terrifying. You'd have no idea. Everything would become soup. Oh dear. What else can you change with vibrating? But it's like you'd have to want to put it in your mouth. I'm like, maybe like if you, like a nail was loose, could you vibrate it and undo a nail with your tongue? Because that'd be a hell of a TikTok. Or not a nail, a screw. But then I don't know if that would work. They'd be destroyed by my tongue. Yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, maybe this isn't the best superpower that I'm making up in my head. I'm like, could you unscrew things? Could you whip cream in your mouth? Could you... Also, like, that would be really disturbing, actually. Imagine if you're like, okay, you're pretending to like drink milk with your friends, but you're secretly whipping cream inside your mouth, and then you open your mouth and like lots of whipped cream come out. That would be actually terrifying. that would be like, what the heck? Where did all this whipped cream go? Oh my god. That'd be so much of a party trick as much as like a horror trick. Oh dear. Heck. But it would be quite funny. Could do someone's heart rate? Yeah, you probably could. Terrifying. Oh, it would be handy if you were elderly and could... Oh, true actually. Yeah. It's like, because yeah, your teeth, your obviously they're not as strong as you get older and like, just from use and everything. Yeah, like you wouldn't have to worry about that because your tongue can break down the food for you. Maybe still though, I feel like some foods wouldn't be broken down like that. Also be warm. What's wrong with warm whipped cream? You don't like that? See, I'm kind of into that. I like that. Give me warm whipped cream any day. As long as it's like safe to eat. Like warm, like I like mixing my whipped cream into like hot things and then so it's like hot whipped cream. Yeah, I like that. That's good. Oh dear. Oh dear. No! Listen, you're not... You're the one with the vibrating tongue. Like... surely that would be fun! Like, like, except for the people that you would inevitably horrify. It'd be really funny! Cold whipped cream only. See, I like warm whipped cream. Of course you like warm whipped cream. Wait, is that weird? I think that's pretty normal. Like, cause like, you eat like whipped cream with hot pudding. So like, when you put them together, the whipped cream is hot. Like, oh dear, I just swallow everything. This is also true. But like, doesn't it feel like that's normal? Like you put whipped cream with hot pudding. So of course the whipped cream is hot because it's on the hot pudding. I guess it doesn't start out hot, but it does taste hot. As a chef, warm whipped cream just, no, because like, I'm not saying that you just keep it at room temperature, but like, you put it on hot things and then the whipped cream gets hot because it's on a hot thing. Like a hot chocolate, like whipped cream on a hot chocolate. Like, by the time that well, at least for me at least, when I'm like sucking up the whipped cream, it's like, because it's been on the hot chocolate the whole time, so it's kind of warm. I guess hot is not the right way of putting it, but like, it is warm. Warm whipped cream will be melted, but it's not though. But what? No! If you're making it in my mouth, it would not be hot, it'd be body temperature. Yeah, body temperature. That's kind of the temperature I think I like it. I like my whipped cream body temperature. I just don't like really cold things. Oh, speaking of which, 2 seconds. I need to hide my camera for a second. I will literally be a moment. Sorry about that. Sorry, I might actually in a second go make another cup of tea, but I'll go a little bit. Oh, let me hide that. Go a little bit further first. 2 seconds. There you go. There you go. Yeah, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. We're making an argument for body temperature food. I think body temperature might be my favorite temperature. I like it when food goes in my mouth and it doesn't change the temperature of my mouth. I don't like it getting hotter or colder. I like room body temperature food. What's your favorite food temperature? Has the most and fastest bacteria growth? I mean, maybe, but excuse me, like a sandwich. Like when you put the sandwich in your mouth, it's not hot and it's not cold. It's just sandwich temperature. That's kind of good. I like that. Or like a sandwich at the beach. A sandwich at the beach. Yeah. Which I guess probably does sound like it, you know, it's making for bacteria, but I like that temperature. I like my tea that temperature as well. I like it when you hit that good spot and you put the tea in your mouth and it's exactly the same temperature and it's like, whoa. It blows your mind. That's pretty good. I like that. I like body temperature things. Oh dear. I will say, I'm not very good with hot food either. I burn my tongue really easily, I feel like. I burn my tongue so much easier than the rest of my family. We'll all eat food that's the same temperature, but I'm the only one who burns their tongue. And I'm not sure why my tongue burns. Like, I always have to wait like an extra couple minutes on everyone else in my family because they can eat it without burning themselves, but I cannot for some reason. Yeah, hot food. Hot food always makes me a bit... Well, it means that I have to watch everyone else eat it before I can eat it. Oh, dear. I returned with my dinner. Oh, leftovers. Heck yeah, that did look really good. Very nice, very nice. As long as you're not leaving the room at the temp for more than 4 hours, you'd be okay. Okay. I'm trying to think if I've done that recently. I think it's okay. I think it's okay. I'm a grazer. Here's the thing. I'm a grazer. So, like, I eat over a long period of time. But I do normally get fresh food. So, like, I don't leave it out for hours and hours and hours. Like, an hour tops, maybe, would be how long it takes me to finish a plate of food most of the time. But, like, I'm a grazer. I eat little and often. So, you know, I'll eat a little bit of my food, and then I'll eat a little bit more, and then, yeah, rather than eating it all at once, most of the time. I did that yesterday. I had lunch over the course of the stream, but I did kind of start it... I finished it before the stream was over, yeah. Did I have a Snickers brownie? Ooh, nice. To be fair, most houses in the UK are cold enough to currently be the same as food refrigerated. I mean, you're not wrong. This room in particular, though, because it's got my PC in it, is a sauna. Like, comparatively to the rest of the house. Like, I'm in t-shirt right now. I don't need anything else because it's so much hotter than the rest of the house because of my PC. You eat a little bit at a time, so technically you eat a lot at once. Wow. Wow. Whoa. Yeah, even right now, I have snacks nearby. I have crackers. I have some biscuits, but I can't really eat them right now because they've got chocolate on them, so until my migraine's over, it's best to avoid them. I have grapes downstairs. Heck yeah, they're in the fridge though, because, you know, I don't think you need to keep... The thing is, we keep a lot of stuff in the fridge where I'm like, I don't think they need to be kept in the fridge. However, we have more space in our fridge than our cupboards, so they stay in the fridge. Just because that's where we got space from. Oh dear. I forgot the temperature difference. Oh yeah. Sorry, it is very cold here. Well, it's not too. It's 8 degrees actually. It's pretty good for like March. It's actually pretty warm, but like generally, yeah, it's chillier here. I mean, someone was having snow earlier. I think Amazonia had sleet, so it's not the warmest. Not the warmest. Put T-stream to your eye socket. Put T-stream. Put T-stream. Seam. Sorry, I was just like, stream tea into my eye socket. I was like, I think I'll go blind. Oh dear. Although I do like, like, all right, you know what this migraine needs? It needs some healthy dose of tea straight to the eye socket. Hell yeah. Oh dear, it's alright. I have, I don't know that I normally do the opposite. So I have ice masks in the fridge, which sometimes help a little bit. I have, not badly, but I get, what are they called? Hemiplegic migraines. So my face swells and sags. So it looks like I'm having a stroke. This is why I often like using a V2, because it looks a lot worse than it is, because like I am pretty much over this migraine. I had it last night, but my face is still sagging, so I rig both eyes to one eye, which is normally my right eye, because that is the one that's normally a lot better, and that way you don't get my V2 being like and looking like you know, looking like I do, which is having a stroke. In England, food is fine to be out on the side for days. Oh dear, it's 23. Oh, see, I love cold weather so much more than hot weather. I think as well because like I don't go out too often, so like rain and wet doesn't affect me too much. Oh wait, just wait a second. Are you the bean that also has a lot of migraines? Are you who I think you are? Do you have a lot of migraines as well? I feel like you might be. I feel like you might be a bean that I feel like I've seen around that has a lot of migraines also. Excuse me. Oh dear. That's one thing. Since being on... You are that bean! I thought so! I thought I recognized your name when it came into the channel, and then I was like, I'm pretty sure I've seen you on Twitter, and you have a lot of migraines as well. Oh dear. Jessica, can I tell you something that happened to me last week that you might empathize with a little bit? I've been on the waiting list for Botox for 15 months. 15 months. 15 months. Bing, 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 bing. I don't want to look at my memories right now. I don't want to look at them. 15 months. And I went last week for my first session of Botox for migraines. I've had them for 7 years now, and I get them about, on an average, 6 days a week. So, you know, I'm well over the amount that you need to go for Botox in the UK. And I went to my appointment, and you know what happened? They ran out. They ran out of Botox. So they told me to book another appointment for 15 months' time. Yeah. They told me instead that I could start the injections in the meantime, which is what I'm going to be doing for the next couple months, because otherwise I literally have no life. I can't work. I have migraines nearly every single day, and like bad enough that they keep me bedbound for about 6 hours a day on average. And so, you know, I'm very much in a position of my life doesn't start. My adult life does not start until I can get my migraines more under control. Because I've had them pretty much my entire adult life, right? I'm 27 now, and I've had them since I was 20. Oh, my God. The health system, let me tell you. It's something. I work outside 2 days a week, so this is the thing. See, I'm okay because I can't really leave the house most of the time without a lot of assistance. One of the main symptoms I have with my migraines, hence talking about me not being able to read the book that I got earlier, is that I can't see. I have massive blind spots. They wouldn't give me it. I asked about it, and they told me, they were like, nah. Oh. So for me, obviously I had to fail. It's different in England and Wales, I should say as well. I don't know why. In England, you have to fail 1 extra medication than we do in Wales. In Wales, we only have to fail 3, and one of them can be your triptan. But I think in England, you have to fail 4 medications before they even consider giving it to you. And I had to trial most of my medications for at least a year. A couple of them I had to trial for even longer, which is why it's taken 7 years to get to this point, as well as waiting and stuff. But yeah, for me, I only had to fail 3. I still failed 5, but I only had to fail 3. Seeing my brain human at the end of the month, though, good. I'm glad to hear it. I still consider it them problem and they should fix it, but there's no space that they could slot me in for another 15 months. Like, that's the thing. They fully knew it was their problem and they were very apologetic. But they said, like, listen, we can't actually physically slot you in at any time. Because this is what our waiting lists are. So there's 2 options. You wait for 15 months. 3. You wait for 15 months, you go private, or you start the injections. So I'm starting the injections, hopefully by the end of the month. Which was not my first choice, but I will do it. I will do it. I'll do anything, honestly. I'll do anything. Anything and everything. I would pour hot tea in my eye socket if there was a chance it would fix it. Oh dear. Mine are just blind spots and very, very early pain. I'm a bit different from the rest of my family. I won't say who exactly because I don't want to, give away all my family's info. Most of my family who have migraines, on all of my family have migraines, all of them, men and women. But most of them projectile vomit constantly. Like that is their main symptom that they struggle with, is they cannot stop throwing up. And it's like violent and sudden and like it's really bad. I don't have that symptom. I feel very nauseous for some of the time, but like I am definitely not the same symptom that they get. They're, without fail, every single migraine, they will be sick and like very sick most of the time. It's like really intense. For me, it's the pain, but also I have a full visual aura, so there is no spot in my vision that isn't affected by aura. So it's like basically it looks like everything is under the water. It's why you guys are so blown up whenever I accidentally show my OBS. It's why I have the chat so big. It's because, like, it's not that I can't see, but everything's underwater. So it's kind of difficult. You're in your 3rd so far. Yeah, I'm sorry if you have to take an extra one. That is one positive thing about Wales. We have a really, really long waiting list, but you have to fail less. So like you only have to fail 3 medications before they refer you to Botox, which is what they did for me. It just takes a really long time to get referred. They just stay open later on a specific evening or something. So they did see if there was something they could do the next day, but they found that not a single pharmacy in the area had the Botox, which meant that there was no way they could have even got it in for next day. So I was like, well, Yeah, I get that. I'm on meds to stop the vomiting, but then, yeah, see, I'm very lucky. I don't have that as a main symptom. And I was waiting the first couple years. I was like, when am I going to start, like, projectile vomiting everywhere? Because, like, that's what most of my family have, is, like, one of the first symptoms they'll get with their migraines. I have, like, a slight aura sometimes, but it's the throwing up that starts. And then the pain. But, like, I feel sicky a lot, mainly in the evenings. But, like, I'm pretty good most of the time. Definitely not to the same level as them. Still making your problem instead of trying to find a solution. Yeah, I know. Listen, I wasn't happy. I was trying really hard to just not cry most of the appointment. So, like, I was just so, like, done. And I was trying really hard just not to, like, burst out crying, because I was like, I need to talk to them. I need to get through everything. I need to do all this. We also had to go over my brain scans. Again, very fortunate, very unfortunate. I don't know what you want to call it, because my migraines have also kick-started me into full-on hallucinations. So, like, seeing and hearing things, unfortunately. Is one of the symptoms that I got alongside mine, which again is not super common, but it can happen. So I have to have quite a lot of brain tests to make sure there's nothing more dangerous happening. But the positive of that is it meant that I got like a full body review within weeks of reporting my symptoms, which is not normal, especially not in Wales. The negative of it is that it's something that we have to keep checking up on. And making sure that it's okay. And that my last appointment with them, when they mentioned the brain scan, they said it was mostly okay. And I was like, wait a second. And we were going through stuff so quickly that I never really brought it up again. And so it gave me a chance to probably find out what they meant by mostly okay. Because, like, that's not something you want to hear when they're talking about a brain scan. But we went over it, it's fine. Everything's fine. I was just like, because it wasn't explained at the time, like, why they'd said that. I was just living for, like, several months, like, am I okay? What's happening in my brain? Migraines shouldn't show anything in your brain. What's going on? Like, waiting in panic of why they said that. Well, I get it now. It's fine. But yeah. We had to get a few things cleared up, because I was like, I need to know if there's, like, something going on here. You finished your row? Heck yeah. Oh, bless you. No, Witchy, thank you so much for the raid. I really hope you have some good sleeps, and I hope that your blanket goes well. Talking to a jellyfish, yeah, true. The fact that they found a brain is honestly, like, the biggest win. Oh, I've never been able to look at them either. They've talked me through my brain scans, but they've never shown me them, and I'm like, I kind of want to see. I've had MRI and CAT scans, and I was like, I would really like to see them, but I've never seen it. They never showed me it. They never get them out. My GPs have seen them. My specialists have seen them. I'm the only person who has not seen them, and there's no real reason for me. I won't know what to look for. I just kind of want to see it, you know? I just kind of want to see my brain. It's also like eye face. Sorry, there's a lot of long words. You're mentally not handicapped to make proper decisions right there, and for some reason or another, instead of assisting, they just increase the problems by sending you off. Yeah, like, I think the problem that I had as well is, like, because I have migraine symptoms most days, when I'm talking to the doctors, I'm not always 100% there, so if I'm on my own, I don't always necessarily understand what's going on. And so I need someone there with me just to, like, tell me it back so that I can then tell my family what's happened and stuff like that. I won't look at mine. It's got a disc hidden away in the... Oh, you've got yours? Ah, see, I really want to see mine. Wait, out of interest, why do you not want to see? Is it just like a gore thing? Which is, you know, fair enough. I don't think they're meant to be very gory pictures, but then I don't know. I've not seen them. I have no idea. I've had all the results. I have the results on paper. I have no idea what they look like. I just kind of want to see. I'm just curious. Forever curious. I want to know what my brain looks like. I will say though, I've seen the inside of my stomach, because you know when they put like a camera into there and stuff like that, and that actually was quite off-putting. I had to turn away from that one. I had to be like, yeah, actually, you know, I don't really want to look at that anymore. That one I did find quite intense. Maybe I would feel the same once I actually see the brain pics. I think it's the knowing. Oh yeah, that's fair. Let's see, Elliot, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. We're talking about weird question. If you could see the inside of your body safely, would you? Would you want to look at your innards? Or no. Or no, you don't want to know. You're not interested. Wait, welcome to a weird question. Would you want to see the insides of your body? I'd want to. Yeah, I see. I always am like, yeah, I want to. And then I look and I'm like, ugh. You're right, that is an innard. Oh dear. I did get, and I'm gutted that I never took it with me, or like I never asked for a copy. So I, again, won't go into too much detail of the event that led up to it. I did put a needle through the bone in my finger, and I like hole punched it right up the center of this finger. And the scan that I got back from that, the X-ray, was so cool. Cause like, it hadn't fractured the bone on either side, it literally just hole punched down the center of it. And so what I got back was my finger bone, which looked like it had just like got little stitches through it. It was really cool. And it was so tiny, it was like only the bit at the right at the end which got affected. And I wish I'd taken that with me, because like I went with my dad, like we went together, and like we've described it to so many people, and it's like, damn, I wish I had a photo of it. It was so cool. That was such a cool X-ray. Like scan results, like MRIs, yeah, like MRIs or X-rays, or like if you've had like any exploratory ops where they take pictures of your insides, that'd be another way. In a way I did when I was looking at an X-ray of my chest. Yeah, did you like that? I mean, are you interested in seeing those kind of things, I suppose? I've seen a lot of my insides, honestly. You know, they're not super beautiful, but they are mine. That's so cool. Yeah, that one was really cool. I'm glad I wasn't the only one who saw it though. Like again, I was young enough that I had my dad take me to minor injuries unit, and so I wasn't the only one that saw it. And I'm glad I'm not, because I feel like when we're talking about it to like my family, I have someone to back me up on like how perfect it was, just straight down the center, no fractures. It was so cool. I wouldn't recommend doing it because you have to take antibiotics and it's like you feel pretty sicky for a while afterwards. But it was cool though. It was cool. Oh dear, I had scoliosis. So your X-rays are freaky? Not awesome that you have scoliosis, but that does sound like an awesome scan. Or I've seen some cool backs. My back's fine, thankfully. I'm kind of glad as well, because back problems are like, oof, I'd rather not. Well, I mean, I'd rather not have any problems, but like back problems give me the heebie-jeebies, just based on like the surgeries and stuff that they do, and I'm like, blah, 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 blah. So yeah, not good that you had that, but I bet it was a cool scan. My boyfriend has his kidney transplant operation saved his computer. I respect that. I'd do the same. Very respectable. I always like biology, especially the human body, so I like seeing X-rays and stuff. Yeah, one that's really cool, which I had when I was really young, so I don't remember it super well, is a bone scan. So like when you're having a bone scan, there's like an image of all of your bones moving around. So when you lie on the table, you can have like, and the doctor did it for me because I was pretty young and they were like keeping me entertained. When they moved it around, you can actually see as they're scanning, like you can see your bones, you can see your bones moving around inside your body, and it's really, really cool. So like, you can see your skull like turning side to side, and you can see your spine moving and stuff like that. And I only had it when I was really young, and I don't remember it that well, but it was a really cool scan. It was really, really cool. It's not like you get, like you do get pictures from it, but it's not like when they present you 1 or 2 pictures, you see it moving in real time. It's really cool. Ah, dear. I have flashbacks to Cal for getting a scar out to show you. Oh my god. Why would you do? Oh, a friend of mine had his scoliosis surgery. They used to hold for a final deadline for our uni course, so he was working on his final film from his hospital bed. Ooh, heck, that must be difficult to concentrate from. Jesus Christ, props to him. Wow. Oh, wow. What was the scan for, if you're okay with saying? I don't think I can say. I have like a secret disease that I don't tell chat, and please don't guess. It's the secret disease that I refuse to tell you about. Oh dear. Yeah, sorry. Sorry. That's my secret one. It's like the what's called the DLC. You need a DLC to know what that one is. Massive props, it turned out awesome. Hell yeah, I don't know. That's a difficult situation to like concentrate on. You do hear stories of people though going to like when they have to take a stay in a hospital ward for some reason, like being super productive, and I'm like, whoa, couldn't be me. Oh dear. Oh dear. Yeah, that character's not unlocked yet. That's my DLC sickness. Also, sorry. I don't know what's happening with my chords today, but it is intense. Ugh. Get that in there. Intense chord issues. I had to be awake doing an burning away a spot going through my heart through the. It's interesting to follow the X-ray for 5 minutes, but it gets boring fast, especially when the operation is 2 to 4 hours. Oh my god, Jesus! I've only ever had the stomach tubes when I'm awake. Everything else I've been knocked out for. So I've had endoscopies awake, which is like a really minor surgery. You get to see the inside of your esophagus and like, oh, I don't think that one counts though. I've had like a lot of cameras put up my nose as well. So when one of my tonsils ruptured, we were looking at it from behind, which again, it was interesting, but like, you know, it is what it is. But oh my god, they're like really quick. They're like, you know, 15 minutes if that. 2 to 4 hours? What did you do? Like, what actually did you do for 2 to 4 hours? I keep saying 2.5 hours. Like, what did you actually do? Like, that must have been so weird and boring. In this case, I do awake since anesthesia. Oh, yeah. That's fair. I've heard that for like brain surgery you have to be awake in case they touch the wrong thing. And like people go on YouTube and they like film their brain surgery. Or that they live stream their brain surgery. Don't worry guys, if I ever have brain surgery, I'll make sure I live stream it for you. With my okay brain. As a lie there, you're not allowed to move. How was that? I imagine that's really difficult to not move during. Like, I struggle to like not move doing a tattoo, let alone a full surgery. Oh dear, I'm absolutely Twitch streaming if I ever have brain surgery. Like guys, my chill and comfy chat, but also here's my brains. I'd absolutely do it. Like, why not? Like, I would probably give a lot of trigger warnings and be like, listen, if you don't want to see my brains, like, don't tune in. But, well, here's my brain. Here's my brain. Oh dear. Oh, could you imagine that as a... Okay, so, oh my god, what is happening with my chords today? Jesus Christ. If like, for those who don't know, I have shown my face for nearly 3 years of streaming, so I'm definitely not like a faceless streamer or anything like that, even though I'm using a VTuber at the moment. But imagine if I was a faceless streamer, and what if your face reveal was your brain surgery? What if you waited to do your face reveal when you were having brain surgery? That would be so, so intense. Oh my god. Hell yeah. Not even the cute nurse is present. Oh no, only the surgeon. Was there only one surgeon as well? Oh my god. I don't think I've ever had just one person. I always seem to have like a little team of peoples. And there's always like a group of medical students in the background. My experiences in hospital is like, I have 1 or 2 doctors and then like 10 medical students. Like, hello, just here in the background, hello. Like, oh, hello. I was talking to, I don't mind it, by the way. Obviously, I always consent to them being there. So, like, it's not like they've just pushed in on my appointment or anything like that. That's probably why I have them so often, because I always say yes, it's fine. But, like, yeah, I haven't had an appointment, I think, since I was, like, a baby, since, like, when there's not been medical students in the room. They're always there. And, like, last time, when I was going to the hospital last week, it was literally to be told that they'd run out of Botox and they couldn't do the surgery. There was still a team of medical students there. Just watching me try not to cry. Oh my god, wait, this is getting to be a real problem. Can I just really quickly show you guys what I'm seeing? Because, like, I want you to see. I think it's the cord being loose, but, like, this is actually quite difficult to look at right now. This is kind of also what happened before too. Let me just get a picture so I can send it to you in the Discord. I'll put it in live stream chat so you can all see it. If you're not on the Discord, I'm sorry. Also, Bear, welcome on in. Went to a cosplay convention earlier this year and they had people cosplaying from the Owl House. I had no idea what it was, so I was like, hey, let's change that. And I binged it and you love it. And I know. I'm so looking forward to the last episode though. Yeah, I'm really struggling to actually look at... Yeah, it's the same as that. But I've, like, been shoving the wires back in and it's not fixing the problem. So, I still think it's probably the wires. But, like... I don't know. I don't know. That's what it looks like for me right now. Red static and all, except it's getting worse. Jesus Christ. I'm just gonna move a couple of... Oh. I don't know what it is that's causing it. I mean, I do kind of know it's the cords, but like, I can't physically push the cord in any further. You know. Oh. Sorry, clicks like my wrist there. There you go. Oh dear. All the others were only there doing prep, and the remainder they stayed in the control room. So there were people I just couldn't see them. Fair enough. You could talk to them, but they couldn't hear them back. Oh, okay. Oh dear. What about the other end? Yeah, I could give that a wiggle. Oh no, that's definitely in there. That's the one that my computer like grabs it. Is your monitor dying? It is a very old monitor. This monitor is like 8 years old or something silly. So yeah, it could be that the monitor's dying. It's making it quite difficult to look at you guys though. You guys are all fuzzy. Oh dear. What to do? What to do? I messaged my friend that I got hooked on the cute show. I was like, how dare you? How dare you show an amazing show? And then said, Disney, say no more. I know. I'm really hoping that they do kind of what they do with some other shows where they get cancelled a bit early and they give them some specials. 8 years is very old. Oh, is it not? Oh dear. Oh dear. Maybe it's not. No. Maybe it's not. Maybe I'm just saying that. It's fine. You say you're fine. Your monitor's a baby. It's not even allowed to drink yet. It's fine. Oh dear. Unfortunately, though, I might have to end stream there. Not because I'm not having a good time, but because I don't think I can really look at you right now. I'm sorry. I've like tried wiggling all the cords. What I might do, I might see if I can swap monitors, because I do have a second monitor that's like where the ducks are right now, which is a bit newer. I might see if I can swap them around and then maybe turn off the second monitor and give that a go. Because you guys are just oof. You're glowing right now. You're glowing, but like a bit too much. You're glowing a bit too much, and it's hurting my eyes. Oh dear. All right. You know what? We'll do a raid. Oh wait, I can never raid into these people. Okay, I want to raid into. They're a bigger streamer. I want to raid into them because they're doing a big charity stream that I've been seeing them talk about, where they're doing Irish Cancer Society stream, and I'm like, you know what? You know heckin' what? Let's raid into someone doing some amazing charity work. An amazing charity work for cancer as well. Yeah, that's what I want to raid into. Cancer can suck a butt, honestly. So we're going to be raiding into Cake. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Cake. They're a very, very, very sweet bean who streams from Ireland, and they have immaculate fashion sense. I think you'll like them a lot. I said the same about raiding into you because normally you stream before me. Yeah, it's like, these are people that I watch, but I can't necessarily raid into them because I don't normally go this long. Also, thank you for putting the raid calls in the chat. If you fancy, grab a raid call. We have one for standard and one for sub so that you can help spread some love into another channel. I think it'd be really nice today, especially since they are raising lots of money. They also have a shark plushie that they do lots of stuff with, which, not weird stuff, but like stuff that's like fun and cute and like kind of emote stuff. So yeah, you'll like it there. It's basically here, but cute. Very much cute. I don't know that I'd necessarily describe as a cute channel. Oh dear. Yeah, grab a raid call and we'll send some love to them. I hopefully should be back tomorrow. I will just try and swap my monitors around. I think that should fix the problem. And we'll be doing more of this tomorrow. I'd like to, in the next couple days, get the whole sleeve patterned. That's the fingers crossed. Again, thank you so much for the raids, by the way. We had so many raids today. Witchy, Amazonian, Nick Bricks, Dem, Shifty, who I guess doesn't really count, but I'll count them, Ver and B. Thank you everybody who raided. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you tomorrow morning at a more normal time. Take care, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Stop.